Everybody remembers 2012. Some people laughed at it, some feared it, some quietly felt something changed afterward. Not an apocalypse, not meteors falling from the sky, but reality itself feeling off. People say time feels faster now, memories don't line up anymore, society feels spiritually disconnected while simultaneously hyperconnected. And then you find out the CIA actually declassified documents studying consciousness, remote viewing, altered states, manifestation, and the possibility that consciousness interacts with reality itself. So tonight I ask, what if the Mayans weren't predicting the end of the world? What if they were predicting the end of a world? Most people think Mayans predicted Earth would explode in 2012. That's not actually true. The Mayan long count calendar marked the end of a massive cycle called the 13th Bacton on December 21st, 2012. Scholars say it represented more of a reset or transition into another age rather than literal destruction. Ancient cultures constantly spoke in cycles. Ages of man, yugas in Hinduism, astrological ages, flood reset myths, civilization collapses, and rebirths. The Mayans may have viewed time as cyclical instead of linear. That alone changes everything. Because modern society thinks time moves forward. Ancient civilizations taught humanity moves through repeated energetic eras. And here's where it gets eerie. A lot of people believe 2012 did mark a shift. Rise of hyperpolarization, social media dominance, AI acceleration, mental health collapse, increasing unreality, information overload, mass anxiety, spiritual awakening simultaneously rising. Almost like humanity split into deeper consciousness or deeper distraction. Now let's get into the theory. The convergent timeline paradox isn't an officially recognized scientific model. It's more of an internet-era philosophical conspiracy framework. The idea is this: multiple possible timelines or realities exist simultaneously, and humanity is currently converging into one dominant collective reality. Some people connect this to quantum theory, manifestation, collective consciousness, simulation theory, the Mandela effect. The theory suggests human thought, emotion, attention, and belief collectively select reality. Meaning reality may not be fixed, reality may be negotiated. Now scientifically, there's no hard evidence proving collective thought literally reshapes physical reality. But psychologically and socially, that's absolutely real. Because perception shapes politics, markets, culture, trends, fear, morality, identity. If enough people believe something, it becomes socially real. That's powerful and dangerous. This is where the rabbit hole gets crazy. In the 1980s, the CIA and US military explored programs involving remote viewing, altered consciousness, psychic perception, non-local awareness, binaural frequencies, consciousness expansion. The most famous document is Analysis and Assessment of the Gateway Process, written in 1983 and later declassified. The document discusses hemispheric synchronization of the brain, altered states of consciousness, holographic universe theories, transcendent space-time perception. The report literally explores the possibility that consciousness interacts with reality at a level beyond ordinary physical perception. Now, that does not mean CIA approved astral projection. Governments investigate tons of things during geopolitical competition, especially during the Cold War. But what fascinates people is this: why would intelligence agencies spend money studying consciousness at all? That question alone fuels decades of speculation. And once people discovered those files online, the internet exploded. Suddenly, manifestation culture grew, simulation theory became mainstream, spiritually mixed with quantum language, people began questioning reality itself. Now we enter dangerous territory, because there are two versions of this idea. The grounded version, Your thoughts shape your perception, decisions, habits, emotional state, opportunities you notice. That's psychology. Your internal world absolutely changes your external life. But then there's the extreme interpretation, that human thought literally bends reality. That claim remains unproven scientifically. However, human attention does shape civilization, and whoever controls attention controls culture. That's where the media comes in. Think about modern life. Infinite scrolling, rage bait, fear cycles, celebrity drama, outrage algorithms, political tribalism. People barely sit alone with their own minds anymore. And if consciousness does matter, then distraction becomes one of the most powerful weapons imaginable. Not because the government is hiding aliens, but because a distracted population is easier to manipulate. If people never reflect, never question, never disconnect, never think deeply, never develop spiritually, they remain externally programmable. Now, to be fair, not every distraction is some coordinated conspiracy. A lot of this is capitalism optimizing for attention. But the outcome is similar either way. Modern systems profit from addiction, division, overstimulation, emotional volatility. And spiritually speaking, many people feel humanity is losing stillness, intuition, community, and inner identity. Maybe that's why so many people after 2012 begin meditating, researching ancient civilizations, exploring consciousness, questioning institutions, leaving organized systems behind. It's almost like the more artificial society becomes, the more people crave something real. So what if 2012 wasn't the end, but the beginning? Not a physical apocalypse, a consciousness transition. Maybe humanity entered the information age spiritually unprepared, a battle for attention, an era where thought spreads instantly, a time where collective emotion shapes society faster than ever before. Look at social media. One idea can alter millions of minds overnight. One narrative can change elections. One trend can reshape culture globally in hours. That's collective consciousness in real time. Maybe ancient prophecies weren't about fire falling from the sky. Maybe they warned humanity will reach a point where the mind itself becomes the battlefield. And honestly, that sounds a lot like the world we live in right now. So maybe the real question isn't, did the Mayans predict the end of the world? Maybe the real question is, what kind of world are we collectively creating now? Because if consciousness matters, then every distraction matters, every belief matters, every fear matters, every intention matters. And maybe the future isn't something waiting for us. Maybe humanity is actively dreaming it into existence.